Welcome to Starkville, Mississippi, Davis-Wade Stadium, where they've got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell. Mississippi State ready to kick off to get this game started. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Huskies offense takes the field. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football game.
Give to the running back. And he knocked him down after a gain of 3 to the 23. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line.
Yeah, so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the change for the first down. When the Huskies are moving on the ground like this, you will bow down to Washington.
Yeah, and I tell you what, with all the rain they get out there in Washington, you better have a dependable ground game that you can go to and establish that tempo. Obviously, harder to throw the football in the rain, so dominant, physical trenches.
Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, Dave.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
Had to work to pick up 3 down to the 33-yard line.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job game tackling, because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
Receiver looks it in. It's complete. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. They'll try the run. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. With the run on 1st and goal. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Now on 2nd and goal. Trying to power it in. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Touchdown, Huskies! And they jump on top.
Well, your opponent can't beat you if you don't give them the football. And they were able to possess it throughout the entire first quarter, and they finally cap it off with that impressive rushing touchdown.
A rather inauspicious start with the kickoff out of bounds and great field position for this offense. The field's about 53 yards wide. You got to kick it between those sidelines, or else you draw the flag. The offense lining up for a first down play. Use the play fake, now to throw. They're trying to get to it. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
How about these defensive ends nowadays? No matter what scheme they're in, they're so strong but so quick, so they can beat you with speed or they can go through you. Either way, it's a tough spot for that offensive tackle to be in, and we saw that right defensive end come off the end and make the sack.
This is a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Man, he was going to get his jaw jacked. He got down just in time. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. He'll try to really get into this one. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. That running game was impressive, taking them right down for a touchdown last time, David.
Yeah, just mauling. No secret play calls, just simply we are more physical than you, and we're pounding the football right at you.
So if you're on offense this next drive, take a look at their safeties and see if they're creeping up into the box. Because of your success running the football, this might be time to take a shot down the field and play action.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
The give to the back. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. He's got his man, makes the grab. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down.
Yeah, and that was tough on the DB, right? He's trying to cover the receiver on a drag route, running back over the middle of the field. You're trying to avoid all the linebackers, all the congestion. He just couldn't stay with them long enough, and as a result, fresh set of downs for the offense.
Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Looking to throw, it's Hill. They've got the screen set up. On the move at the 30. They make the stop, but not before the screen has hit them for a first down and much more. Really good execution by this offense. 6th play of the drive coming up. To the ground with the back. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice gain before the defense is able to stop him. It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. 8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. Trying play action. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. A manageable distance on 3rd down as they try to convert from the 20. With jet sweep pass. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Washington. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Top 15 teams colliding today in a huge matchup, and it's now a final. Memphis endured a hostile crowd and the challenge that always comes with playing away from the Liberty Bowl, and the Tigers came away with the win. It wasn't a blowout, but it is a W. No cupcakes this week, fellas. This top 15 battle was much anticipated, and at least one side can say it's a game they'll savor for some time.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Swings it out to his running back, and he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Quarterbacks love running backs who can catch the ball because they're stat patterns. That's an easy throw for this quarterback to make. He's just letting his running back do all the work. Get him the football out in space and let the magic happen.
That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. It's a first down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up tempo. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. After the flag, 1st and 15 for this offense. Snapped it in the shotgun. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Bulldog.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And he hauls it in inside the 30. Touchdown, Washington! What a grab and go for the score. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. From inside the 15, here comes the return. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Leaves it with the back. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Comes out throwing on first down. Looking for a big play. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The Huskies will boot it away to start the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman and being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
You know, and I think even if you're this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime and you riled yourselves up and you told yourself that you think you can run the ball on us. On this very first drive, we're going to prove to you, just like in the first 30 minutes, you cannot.
He's looking to throw it. Got his man downfield. Nothing but green ahead. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that. The defense brings him down. The Bulldogs have it with a 1st and 10. They'll go to the ground. Headed to the end zone. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs. And here they come, almost all the way back.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing in because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in the game.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll give it to the back. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up. wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
Man, those little chunks keep annoying the crud out of you when you're on defense. It's just putting them in easy situations, chewing up 4 to 6 yards on a pop like that. Put you in a bad situation as a defensive coordinator. What do I call? Either way, priority number one, you got to stop the run.
They'll go right back to him. Still on his feet at the 45. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Hold offense.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Let's see what they've got on second down. Looking downfield, it's Green. Fires to the tight end. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
That's a really good-looking throw right there, and that was a tight spiral, too. You guys remember the great Washington Husky quarterback Warren Moon? I don't think anybody threw a more pretty ball than Warren Moon did. Tightest spiral I've ever seen. That right there reminded me of old number 1.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off them, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut or I can throw it and they just spread me out and make me defend so many things. And you could tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big first down.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
No doubt offense wants to keep running the football to win this game, but I'm wondering if they're starting to go to the well too often. They got to start showing some new wrinkles here inside.
They'll leave it with him. And he was able to pick his way for just a few yards, and that'll wrap up the third quarter. Big catches, big plays, tons of yards through 3 quarters for these two guys. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. Now facing a third down as they line up after the break. Scanning the field, it's Hill. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming.
And finally the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there, but on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
This time it's complete. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense first and goal from the 7. And this defense has to step forward. Not only do they have to get a stop, they've got to do it quickly to keep that time from running down. They've got it down to the 3. Now it's second and goal. They'll try to run it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Huskies. That one ought to give them firm control of this game, and they have gotten things going here, about to move to 4-1. And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
The best running backs are the guys that can just sniff out the end zone. That running back showed you all of his freakish ability on that play.
Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score.
And Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. pressure coming. And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack.
You know, nowadays, so many people go for it on fourth down, so maybe it causes people to be more aggressive on third down. You ain't going for it now. Third and long, and I bring the blitz, and I get home. No fourth down for you.
And that ball is picked off. Oh, he would have loved to pick up a few more yards on that return, but they've still got it at the 31.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll take this into the end zone, but hang on just a second. Flag down. Let's see what this is about. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. On first down, here comes this offense. Here's the handoff. Crosses the 30. He's got away. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now, if we can put a few first downs together, we're looking really good.
Here comes third and short from the 24, and this offense does not want to send out the field goal unit. And the Huskies will move the sticks.
Yeah, it's make or break time for this defense. Now, they got to get a stop, and if that's bringing more bodies in, bringing more beef in, they're running the football right at the gut, right at you. They're not going to throw the football in this situation. Time to be more physical and get this big stop.
We reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. They're in control. The clock is their friend. You'd have to expect another run here on 2nd and 6. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Boy, they love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. Didn't get much, picked up a yard, and that will leave them with 4th and 2. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Quarterback's just going to take a knee. We sensed a great deal of confidence, almost a smugness from this coaching staff. And these guys on the field, it's as if they knew they were going to win.
Yeah, playing with a bit of a chip on their shoulder, and I think they really felt like they had a real good game plan offensively and defensively coming in.